Hi guys, hello. I'm so excited to be here. Oh my gosh. So my name is Sarah Placencia and this is my first time going live in here. A little nerve-wracking. I'll wait probably a couple minutes while people are hopping on. But yeah, funny story. One of my first calls that I was hosting, I actually had a panic attack. So that was 6 years ago. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, it's so nerve-wracking to talk in front of people, I hear you. But somehow I'm doing this right now. And it is what it is. So thank you again, Jennifer, for asking me to do this. So I'm excited. Tamana, thank you for hopping on. So this topic is all about giving value and building trust, because I feel like when you become a coach and you want to, be doing all the things, you're posting on social media, you're showing proof the products work, you're inviting, you're doing your personal development, you're recognizing others. I think a lot of times we start to get a little bit like, okay, this is who I am and this is what I do. And we put ourselves in this box and we think we have to just be these Beachbody robots. And I feel like it's something that it doesn't make us stand out from other coaches. And I feel like we kind of have to remember that Beachbody is just one of the tools in our toolkit in order to help people. And so this is all about really relating to your friends and followers first and giving them value and helping them to trust you, because people don't buy anything from somebody they don't know, like, and trust, right? So this is what this call is all about. So please feel free to ask questions. If there's anything, if you need me to slow down, because I do talk fast. I will try to slow down though, because I know I get excited. So a couple things. When I first started, this was back in 2014, and one of the first books that I read was the book Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. And I don't know, I'd love to find out from you guys. Have you guys listened to that audio or read that book before? Because I feel like that really did help me in understanding and knowing how to give value. And kind of understanding, like, yeah, people aren't going to want to sign up the first 1, 2, 3, 10 times you ask them. And so it's up to us to build that trust. It's kind of like this waiting incubation period, because to be honest, it almost took me 2 years to sign up. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to, if I'm going to sign up a Sarah, I probably need to wait on almost 2 years for that person to join me. So that's something that I want you guys to acknowledge too. Just, you do have to have patience in this business. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for people to join you, I feel like you can definitely start to think about who you are and what type of value that you want to give to your friends, followers, fans, whatever you want to call them. Heard of it, but haven't read it personally. Oh yeah, definitely, Kat. It is a great book. And so this is kind of like where it comes into play. Like, what is the value you give? And this is something that, what is it? Like, you'll probably see it in other coaches and you see them share something that's of value. Like, oh, that was a post that hit me hard. Like, okay, why did it hit you hard? Because now you have to take whatever inspiration that person might have given you and turn it into your story. And that's kind of the value that you can bring to your own social media. And I also like to say this kind of comes into branding as well. I know this isn't a call about branding, but it kind of goes hand in hand with it. So think about those 5 things that maybe you represent. Like, pretend like your best friend is sitting beside you and they're like, oh my gosh, she loves to get her nails done. She loves, I don't even know, coffee. She can't shut up about her dog. And like, what are these things that you're like, oh yeah, I do tend to talk about those things, maybe to your best friend, but maybe you're not putting that out there as much on social media. So that's something that you want to give value in. So I'm just going to give a couple examples. I'm going to start with my story, and then hopefully you might hear something that you relate to that you're like, oh yeah, okay, yep, that's totally me. I'm going to write that down, and that's going to be my value that I'm going to bring to my friends and followers. So for me, for example, I am a Zumba instructor, and I feel like there's a lot of coaches in here that are fellow fitness instructors that might teach different classes. And so even before coaching, I had a YouTube channel and still do, and I love choreographing. So I will do my own strength, my own dance fitness routines, and I put that out on YouTube. And so that was something I was doing before coaching, and I'm going to still continue to do it because I feel like that's my creative outlet. That's what I enjoy. But I can tell you, when I first started doing it, I didn't like YouTube so much because they have a thumbs down. Thank goodness Instagram and Facebook don't. But on YouTube, I was getting a lot more negatives than I was positives. But I kind of looked at it like, you know what, I'm just going to do this for me. And this is something I enjoy. And I was learning how to get better at the classes I was teaching because I could see myself. And so over time, people did start to like it eventually, but you have to have that patience. So what is it that you just enjoy? Because your branding needs to be something you enjoy. You're not trying to pretend to be like anybody else. You just want to put out something that you're like, you know what? I really do like, meal prepping, or I really do enjoy, the personal development books I read. So I'm going to really take that and run with it. And that's my value that I'm going to do. And then you kind of take that value of what it is that you're like, you know what? I do tend to make, healthy meals for the kids that are kid friendly, that kids actually enjoy. So think about posting that, maybe like Food Friday, if you're doing it that way. Maybe if you have tattoos and you're like, you know what? I'm going to talk about the tattoos and the meanings behind it. And I feel like some people will relate to this, and I'm going to continue to talk about that. So think about those things that just kind of jump out at you. And then what's important is that you're not only posting about it at least once a week, but now you're going to find your people. So you're going to give value to, some of your friends, even on social media. You're like, okay, I'm giving value, but they're not receptive. And that might be because you need to grow your network. So what you want to do is find your people with the same likes, the same things, and you guys can just vibe with. Because I know even for me, half of my team are fellow instructors, and that's because I was putting out choreography and relating to them, and it was something that we just connected on a personal level. And so think about those couple things that you're like, you know what, I really do enjoy this, or I'm inspired by that person because of that. And I hope you wrote that down. And then you're going to join Facebook groups. I know this is like an old tried and true method. It still is relevant today, and you can do the same thing on Instagram. And so what it is you join these groups. And I was just talking to one of my coaches who is homeschooling, and it's because virtual, we're living in a weird time right now. So she has to learn how to be this teacher, learn how to juggle it all. And the thing is, there's support groups out there. So your branding is probably part of what you're struggling with right now, but you're kind of figuring it out as you go, right? And so when you learn something, what we do as coaches is we then teach it to our friends, to our followers, to our social media of maybe a shortcut, hey, this really helped me when I was, helping my kids do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. And so I had recommended that she join a Facebook group, and there was a 30,000 Facebook group for moms trying to homeschool, and it was very relatable to what's going on. And so what you can do is then share that value, that maybe you have a tip, you can share it in that group. Or people love to give opinions, so I would also recommend that maybe you ask a question hey guys, what is this, what's the best book for a child age blah 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 and we need to practice, I don't even know, I don't have kids but I hope I'm giving you guys some ideas because people love to give feedback. So I would recommend just joining a group, asking questions. And a lot of times groups have hilarious memes or inspirational memes, or, these pictures that you're like, oh my gosh, that made me laugh. So use that photo and put it on your social media. And then also comment on those posts that are in there and start to connect with your people, because they might not be your people yet, but trust me, they will be. And you just have to continue to know your value of what you want to give. Even if you're like, you know what, nobody signed up for my free group. That's okay. Honestly, that was my first year of when I was giving value, when I was sharing my choreography. I was getting more down likes than ups. And it was you know what, I'm just going to keep doing this because I did enjoy it. This was my creative outlet. I'm going to do that for me. And that's kind of what you have to do. What is the thing that you're starting to get good at? Don't compare yourself to anybody else. If you're oh, well, she does these DIY projects and I could never do that. No. If you enjoy it, go ahead and start. And start to blog about it, take pictures, little tutorials. You do not have to be a professional in order to share something you're passionate about. So that's how you can kind of tie in coaching, because you got to find your people somehow, right? And it's so much fun when you can take that, whatever it is that you're like giving value with, and maybe even tie it into like a challenge group of some sort. But think about it. That's a really great way to just start to build a network of people that get you. You enjoy the same things. Maybe you like to travel. Maybe you have kids around the same age. Maybe it's something that you're a fellow fitness instructor and you join these groups to share choreography with. There's so many different ways to do it. So don't get so overwhelmed, but pick like just one thing that you feel like, okay, you know what? I can think about giving value in that way. That was an inspirational post. Okay, I'm going to recreate it and put my own vibe into it. And that's what you're going to do. And I feel like part of your business should be content creation. So what I like to do, and I call it Film Fridays. So later today, I'm probably going to go and film a choreography today. And then I'll have something to be able to share to my social media. And then I'll take that same choreography and put it into groups where people are looking for some of those things. So that's what I would recommend you do too. So pick a time, you're going to have 2 to 4 hours. And I know it's hard to find time right now, but if it's something that you enjoy, it's something that doesn't feel like work. And I feel like that's so important in this business because we want to make sure that we're not in this box, and I feel like we just place ourselves in there sometimes because we see other people doing things and we're like, well, that's what I need to do. And yes, the 4 vital behaviors are there for a reason, but what is going to make you stand out? Sorry, there's flies. I swear I showered. So the thing is, what's going to make you stand out from the rest of your coaches or from the rest of Team Beachbody, right? Because if it's like you're offering a freemium, you're offering to help somebody without them ever paying for anything, like that's the trust that I feel like I needed to see. I needed to wait and be like, well, what is it? Of course you're going to have the people that are like, I only want free forever. Well, that's fine. But there's going to be the people that are like, you stood out because you offered me this like free clean week or free meal plan this week or personal development that opened my eyes, and I love your book club. Like I turned one of my groups, it's usually like a fitness, my free Sweat Life with Coach Sarah is what I call it. And I offer 2 free virtual classes a week. And 1 month, it was the month that I didn't hit Success Club 10 4 years ago. And I was like depressed because I was like, this was my huge goal that I just wanted to continue on. And I took that and I turned my group into a book club. And on Wednesdays, I would talk about Brene Brown's Rising Strong, and I recommended everybody get the book. Not everybody did, but I was able to kind of share like my struggles in a private group setting. And that, I think, just really helped people kind of see me being vulnerable. They saw me relating to some of their stories. And that's what we need. Like, trust is built on relatability. Like, how is it that we're relating to our people? Because when we post about workouts, they're like, oh yeah, good for you. They're probably not even interested, at least not yet. So on what other level will we be able to give them value? And it's true. Like, you're going to see a long post that you'll do and you're like, that took me forever. And, I didn't get very many likes, but then you do like a funny photo of you and your dog and you're like, look at all these likes. Like, what the crap? And so you do have to remember, break away from just those, posting about your health and fitness journey and start to introduce something that is relatable to your friends and family. Because I feel like that really does tend to help people see what you're about. And again, knowing, liking, and trusting you means that they're a few steps closer to purchasing something from you rather than going with somebody else that maybe they don't relate to as much. So I hope that kind of helps. I know I talk quickly and they asked me to do this in 15 to 20 minutes. So I think I'm right at the 15-minute mark. So if there's any questions, or if you guys have like, your own branding that you're like, you know what? I feel like I'd relate to these people. You guys can always put it in the comments below. Whoops, sorry about that phone call. But yeah, let me look through some of these comments. Yeah, thanks again for hopping on. You guys are so sweet. Gina's here. Thank you. Got like bugs in here. I don't know what's going on, guys. I think I left a window open. But anyway, I hope that was a little bit helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I feel like this is great to do with your accountability buddy. Like, what is it, something that maybe you guys can run together? Or what is it that you're like, okay, what do you think my branding is? What would you want to post about? And that's probably something good to ask a fellow coach or somebody that you're really close to, because they can kind of see what that is that, kind of lights you up. Like, what inspires you? What kind of you're going through that you're trying to get better at? Because no, you do not need to be a pro before you start posting tips on something. Like, I mean, in a, you know, in your own like realm, you know, obviously it's not like, here's these meal plans that I'm a dietitian. No, I don't mean it that way. But giving tips on what's helped you is exactly what it is that you can offer people. Okay, because we're just here to share our journey. We are here to share what's worked for us, you know, and kind of break into that creative outlet, creative side, and you'll want to keep showing up for that, even if people don't jump on board right away. Trust the process and continue to stand out from the crowd because of the one or two things that you want to provide value with. So yeah, anyway, thanks again for taking time to listen to my spiel. And if there's no questions, I will go ahead. Here, let me double check because sometimes comments don't pop up here. So I'm going to break into the other thing real quick. But yeah, I don't think I see. Oh, I do see Jeffrey. You're an incredible blessing coach. Aw, thank you so much. Keep sharing. Thanks again. Advice on coming up with content. Yes. Oh, Gina, that's a good question, right? So again, it'd be the same thing. Like, what is it that you see other people maybe post about that you're like, ooh, I really do enjoy that. You know, what is it that you feel like could stand out from other coaches? And I know you have a cute dog, and your dog and your new puppy always get a lot of likes. So even just that, you know, joining a dog group, posting photos of your puppy in that group, and whoever's like liking and commenting, that's a good way to grow your network with that. Or, you know, dog foods, like asking a question, you know, it's really going to be not necessarily something that you have to think so hard on. It's like, what's a part of you already, right? So that's what I would recommend if you have like a cute dog and you're like, you know what, I want to start posting about my dog more. Do it. I feel like that's something that we just have to, you know, we don't need permission. You don't need permission to be yourself, okay? Especially when you are the brand and you want to share your life. That's basically what it is, and that's what's going to help people relate to you. So yeah, I don't think, let me see, was there other comments? It's not showing all of them right now. I see like 4. But anyway, thank you again for taking the time to watch this, you guys. I hope you guys have a great Friday. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. So thanks again, you guys. See you later. Bye, everybody.